Hi guys, this is a Sister Wives update for November 2023 because Cody, Mykelti, Meri, and Maddie have been on podcasts spilling tea, running their mouth all over this month. So let's get into it. Madison, Janelle, and Cody's oldest daughter, and Cody's one-time favorite child, I think, went on a random podcast called Somewhat Basic that I think her friend hosts. So I think this must have been a favor because Maddie's just not one to just go speaking on platforms or anything like that. People tend to spill by accident on podcasts, so I was excited to see what she had to say. And I think we know now where Maddie stands. Here are a few of the best points. Madison says she now wants to stay in North Carolina. She basically said that since the last year and a half, there's really nothing to go back to with her family. Sad but true. They always wanted to move back to Montana or Wyoming or something closer to the family for a long time. They were just waiting for Caleb to get his elevator mechanic license. But now she has no intentions to do that. I mean, it's very toxic over there anyway. She says if she did move back, it would probably be Utah, but she says that she's not a city person and it has a more city-ish vibe than where she is now. Maddie said that Janelle wanted to live in Vegas forever, but Cody has a gypsy soul and wanted to move because he can't stay in one place. Gypsy soul is a kind way of saying it. Maddie liked the cul-de-sac the best of all the places they lived when she was growing up. She felt really awkward about bringing friends over to the Utah Lehigh house. If only Janelle stayed in Vegas, she would have a house, an asset. Don't even get me started on what a mistake leaving Vegas was. The saddest part about the interview was that she said, that her kids don't recognize Cody anymore and they don't have much of a relationship. And her stance is very much that she's not going to force a relationship in their lives because being in their lives should be a privilege. And she did say that Janelle and Christine make a lot of effort and some of her siblings do too. The first 8 kids in the family are especially close. And just because you're blood, it doesn't give you access to my kids, she said. Do you guys agree with Maddie's opinion? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's move on to Cody's cringy AF podcast appearance on something called Mormonism Live. The overall vibe is that Cody kind of railed on Mormonism a lot and his previous religion's leaders, so no idea why he chose to be on this podcast specifically. Here were the best points in my opinion. Cody said that he has a love-hate relationship with his producer for Sister Wives. He antagonizes him like a brother, and that the biggest way the show contributed to issues and drama in the family is that when they have to talk about things that are hard, it's in their face over and over. Something that was forgotten maybe suddenly it's back in a flashback and they have to face it and relive it over and over. He did admit that there's a lot of blame to be laid on his own feet, and that he was yelled at by his own sister at Christmas for that patriarchy comment he made in one episode. Remember the one about, I'm gonna bring back patriarchy? And he apparently had to pace and walk away because he couldn't believe that she was judging him in his darkest moment. Well, I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall at that Christmas, and go Cody's sister. I like her already. And of course he brings up sacred loneliness of all things. I thought that topic died earlier in the season, but he says it's a real thing, and at one point it may get too hard. I mean, if Meri was doing the sacred loneliness, count me the heck out. I mean, no one's here waiting lonely for 7 years or whatever. He said that the book was about women in the 1800s, so clearly times have changed. I mean, we're not riding horses anymore and we're not doing sacred loneliness. He also talked about the one house idea and how Christine rejecting it made him realize that in some way the family was in the way of his goals for plural marriage, and he got dark and cynical. So I guess this was more of a tipping point than we had initially thought as fans. Maybe this was the turning point. He also insinuated that he didn't court Meri, Christine, and Janelle long enough. He said, "I married 3 women that I courted less than 4 months. My 4th wife we courted for 10 months, as if this again gives Robyn some type of step up or something. He said, "Nobody in our church told us we were getting into. It was a cult thought process. People who were struggling in their marriage in polygamy were still promoting polygamy." So even he says his dad's family wasn't happy, but his dad died with 3 wives still. There was no breakdown in their relationship, but were they happy? I don't think so, according to Cody. He said he had a recent discussion with Robyn. Out of nowhere, he just said this, and he admitted that if he hadn't gone through the breakups, then it would be starting now. It was sort of inevitable. He sees it as inevitable. So if he sees it as inevitable, why is he putting so much blame on Christine then? Right? And Cody kept making kind of misogynistic remarks about how men are always looking for another woman and women are always looking for a better man. Even the strongest monogamist, he says, looks over there and says, "Hubba, hubba." I mean, I clearly rolled my eyes at this. He said, "It's nature endorsed." Ugh, I mean, what more is there to say to that? That's cringy. Now, let's go to Meri's Fridays with Friends from recent times. Meri is making it really clear that she's no longer a sister wife. She's ready to date, and she even talked about what she's looking for in a man. Specifically, someone who's tall and who has kind eyes, or actually, that's kind. And I really hope Meri finds what she's looking for. There is a picture of Meri circling around with a man sitting across the table from her. Fans love to think this is a date, just like they thought that her friend Blair was like her new boyfriend, but who knows? It could be this wild speculation. It could be a business partner, a family member. There's a lot of people in Meri's family, don't forget. But yes, people are running with this because we all want Meri to date and stop being in her sacred loneliness, I guess. Meri also offered some insight about the seasons and how they're filmed, which I thought was interesting. Apparently, one season will span around 1 year. And so season 18 started filming in fall 2021, and I think will span until late 2022. So it all makes sense. And she also did an interview with People magazine about the end of her marriage in 2022, because it's all coming to a head at later this season. She said, "100% gave it my all. I did everything in my power that I could do. And if I would have walked away any sooner, there would have always been a question in my mind of, did I do everything that I can do? But I'm very confident knowing that I did everything that I could do, and I'm very at peace with the timing of it and how it all played out." She also mentioned she never saw it coming, except, I mean, we all saw it coming. No one can say, though, that Meri didn't try, that's for sure. She's not someone who just gave up on a relationship like that, but the denial was real. And finally, Mykelti. I watched her Patreon recap of the latest episode, and while she's getting a lot of heat online from fans about telling Robyn before her mom about her twin pregnancy, and overall, I think just about her support for Robyn and Cody, I even noticed in my comments that people are definitely turning on Mykelti and Tony for some reason, which, I mean, they're just more public, so maybe that's where it's coming from. And she revealed that it's been getting to her. And I think last Sunday she said she was overall in a bad mood and a funk. And she's not handling the negativity well because she actually reads the comments because she needs to block the people. So she has to see it and she cries about it. People are being mean to Mykelti. She's getting moody and she says that it affects Tony and her whole family. So I hope she can find a way to not look at the comments. Maybe someone else should. I'm thinking she needs to get away from the comments because that can really get to a person. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening my whole way through. I'll have another update soon, but this was my first update for Sister Wives November 2023. Have a great night, everybody. Bye. Here are the top 5 revelations from Gwendlyn about what Kody and Robyn did at her wedding. More tea has been spilled from Gwendlyn Brown herself, the 11th Brown child, about what exactly happened when Robyn and Kody showed up to her wedding like 2 hours late and just chilled by themselves in the background super awkwardly. Gwen revealed a lot on a YouTube live, and here are the top 5 things she revealed. The wedding was not filmed for Sister Wives, as great as that would have been. I mean, it would have been TV gold, guys. Number 5. Gwen says that Kody did not walk her down the aisle as per tradition. She said, "I didn't want to be walked. You know, I felt like if somebody would have walked me down the aisle, that wasn't my dad, it would have been a serious statement. So I was just like, I'm just going to go by myself." I mean, why does that make me so sad? Just thinking back to the big hoopla Kody had made about Aspen's wedding, Maddie's wedding, it was like such a big focus. Mykelti's wedding, I mean, Gwen deserved that same treatment, that same hoopla. So it does make me sad to hear that. Not only that, Gwen said that she didn't even take a picture with Kody at her wedding. He showed up too late and missed all the pictures. The most that happened was a hug, apparently, which is something, but is that enough? I don't know. Number 4, Gwen said that some family members were mad that Kody and Robyn showed up but kept it together and didn't make a scene or anything like that. Oh, you know, they just talked behind their backs there. So there was probably a fair amount of gossiping going on at Gwen's wedding, whispers maybe, awkward glances, I imagine, in my mind. So although she didn't say who was mad specifically, she didn't say. And I mean, I just imagine maybe Kirsten and Gabriel, but that's just a guess. Probably more people, but they just tend to speak their mind, and they're very much, in a feud with Kody right now. So she had said some people were mad that he was there because they weren't aware that I was yeah, you can come. So a few people were like, how dare you show up? But other than that, it was fine. Those people didn't say it to his face. Nobody says bad things to people's faces. They just gossip about it behind their backs. I mean, such a healthy communication style, right? That is not good. It's not good. So number 3, Gwen said that Robyn and Kody basically didn't hang out with anyone at the wedding. They were just kind of there. Maybe to just say they were there, I don't know. The only person they really interacted with in the end was Mykelti. I guess she still has this loyalty to Robyn from babysitting her kids early on. Gwen says Mykelti is basically one of the only kids that have a relationship with Robyn and Kody, I guess. Maybe there's more, but super awkward though to just not talk to anyone else and just kind of sit there in the background. They did help with Mykelti's kids apparently, which was nice. I mean, it can't be easy for Mykelti to keep a relationship with Robyn. Number 2, there was an awkward hug with Robyn apparently. Gwen said that she figures Robyn was surprised that she hugged her, but she thought it was good to extend an olive branch because after all, she was her guest, she was invited. Gwen had said, when I did give her a hug, she stepped aside and looked like she expected me to push her away and go around her. I felt a little bad. Robyn, I would not be surprised that she feels like enemy number 1. And hopefully she does not look at social media comments or articles online. But I also remember once she went live with Meri on Instagram, and she had made a comment oh yeah, you're gonna get like really bad comments now that I'm here. So I think she's kind of like aware of what people are saying about her online and stuff. And number one, Gwen said he came, he didn't cause a fight, and most importantly, he didn't do his scary wedding dance. So I count this as a win. So there you go. No Cody wedding dance. That's great. Hallelujah. But at the same time, isn't it kind of like a tradition to see that happen? Honestly, maybe it would have pepped things up and made things less awkward. I don't know. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening the whole way through. I'll be back with more updates. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of all this. Bye, guys. This is a part 2 July 2023 Sister Wives update plus a Hunter Brown update. This is what happens when the day after my July 2023 Sister Wives update, the whole family posts like a million pictures. So I have to do part 2 now. So Gwendlyn and B got married this weekend, and it resulted in probably an awkward party at a place called the Mayor Flagstaff, which has a rooftop patio. So the whole family was there despite the crazy tension between some of them, minus 2 of Janelle's kids, Maddie and Savannah, who are in North Carolina, and Gwen's brother, Peyton. Mykelti's kids were basically the stars of the whole reception, literally going from arm to arm to arm. They were with Hunter, they were with Logan and Michelle, they were with Robyn and Cody, and they're just so cute. And in a way, kids help bring everyone together. Logan and Hunter were competing for fun uncle status, I think. That's the vibe I get. Logan and Hunter are basically the MVPs of the family. I wonder what their relationship with Cody is. That's not really like public, but I could see them kind of siding with Garrison and Gabriel. All the wives were in one place, but Cody and Robyn seemed to stay in the background, and they were not in a big family photo that was taken, but David was. We saw Robyn in a video holding a child in the background. I think maybe it was Mykelti's daughter, Avalon. And Cody is seen here, like, giving one of Mykelti's boys a bottle. So, yeah, he was just kind of, like, in the back. But he showed up, and showing up is important. Despite any tension, people should just still always show up. Not sure if he showed up later, therefore missed the family picture, or maybe he was there the whole time but chose not to be a part of it. Hard to tell, but the venue looked nice. Janelle said something interesting under her image drop from the event. She had said, some photos from Gwen and B's wedding get together this weekend. Mykelti and Tony's twins are so much fun. Avalon wouldn't hold still long enough. Sadly, Maddie and Caleb couldn't make it, and Savannah is with them for the summer. And before you guys say anything, Michelle and Logan's life goal is to be funnest aunt and uncle ever, quote unquote. So I don't know how to interpret this post. Did Janelle just say that Michelle and Logan don't want kids and that they just want to be like a fun uncle and aunt only forever? That's a pretty big thing to kind of just put in a caption, casually mention, but I guess I do agree that it's never good to constantly be asking couples, when are you having kids? When are you having kids? When you don't know the backstory. She probably just wanted to avoid those types of comments because they can come off kind of rude. Meri and Leon were at the wedding as well, so it was nice that they were reunited. I don't know how many times they get to see each other. I don't know. And I thought it was nice that they showed up for Gwendlyn even from kind of far away. Gwendlyn has mentioned that Leon is very supportive of her and that they had hung out at Logan's wedding and that they're on super good terms. But they did have to kind of go out of their way to make it to her shindig. Overall, they still show up and put the tension aside for big family events. I don't know if it was filmed. I couldn't catch like cameramen in the background or anything like that, but I kind of hope it was. But it has to be awkward a bit. I mean, do we think that David and Kody interacted at all? What do we think about that? Let's talk about Hunter Elias Brown now, because he's such a beloved Brown, and now his Instagram profile is not set to private, so I feel better about talking about him and putting his pictures up. Hunter is the second oldest son in the family. He is Janelle's son with Cody and Logan's little brother. So Hunter's pictures on his Instagram either feature his family or his girlfriend Audrey, which tells you a lot. He's been with her for a while, actually. In one caption, he actually says, "Family is what matters most." And we also know that Hunter, I believe, lives in Vegas. He received his master's in nursing at Johns Hopkins University, and his picture is on the wall there, apparently. And he said, "My greatest and possibly only achievement over these past 2 years was having my picture displayed in the Johns Hopkins School of Nursing. Finally finished with my master's, and blessed to say it is from basically the best MSN MEN program in the US. Grateful for my experience and the people I met and knew along the way." I mean, Hunter's so smart, right? Like, he was also Logan's best man last year and likes to take pictures from like underneath where people kind of like are looking down. He's been to 2 weddings in a very short while recently, his friends and now Gwendlyn. So it's full-on wedding season, and it's super ironic to me that Hunter hated Vegas with a passion when they moved there, but that now he lives there now. So it's like a full circle moment. Remember that in like, I think it was like season 3 or something, where he was like, they couldn't get through to him because he like hated Vegas. Anyways, that is it for now. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching my part 2 Sister Wives update for July 2023. Bye. This is a Sister Wives update for July 2023. Let's catch up with Robyn, Kody, Meri, Christine, and Janelle. There's also big wedding news this month, and watch until the end for my hot take on the Sister Wives Season 18 teaser that was just released. So let's start with Robyn Brown, because you may be wondering, like me, where the heck is Robyn? A source told The Sun that Kody is actually blaming Robyn for his separations, something about her not having tried hard enough to keep the family together, as if that was her sole responsibility. And honestly, we all feel a way about Robyn, but it's not exactly fair to blame her if this is actually true. As for all the talk about Robyn and Kody not doing well, etc., potentially splitting, do I think they'll ever break up? Absolutely not. I don't even believe any of the split rumors at this point. Kody and Robyn were actually spotted at a local festival together this month, looking like a normal couple would, like arguing about whether or not to buy an antique or something. And in the season 18 trailer, Robyn was shown having a full-on crying fit about her broken dreams of being on the porch with her sister wives and growing old. It was a whole thing, and the memes about this just keep on coming. I mean, these are from Reddit, and they are so funny. Which one's your favorite? As for Kody, we know that he did send a cameo to someone asking him to reveal a secret, quote unquote. And the secret that Kody decided to reveal was that he was with some of his friends and that they would be on the show with him talking about his upcoming divorce. And one of those friends were actually Nathan. You may remember Nathan. He's appeared on the show before, and I think he's actually Meri's brother-in-law. So kind of awkward if the divorce he's talking about is with Meri. It's probably a different one, just given that. But hey, Kody's out here getting some friend support. Hopefully they can actually reason with him, and hopefully they're giving him good advice, and he's going to listen. But like Robyn says, Kody's going to do what Kody's going to do. So Christine now, let's talk about Christine. Christine this month continued to gush about the love of her life, David, as they're still on the fast track to getting married probably really soon. She said under these pics, "As soon as I saw you, I knew a grand adventure was about to happen, and adventuring with you has been the grandest time of my life." And now for some wedding news. Based on social media, it looks like Gwendlyn and her fiancé B tied the knot in Flagstaff this weekend. A friend had posted a video of them taking a wedding shot, and Meri posted a picture of her and Leo dressed up and said something like, "Best part of the day for me," or something. So I'm sure we'll see more pictures from the family soon, but yes, by all appearances, seems like Gwen may well be a married woman now, so congratulations to Gwendlyn. And in more wedding news, yes, there's a lot of wedding news. Christine and Cody now have something else in common too, because photos were posted and Christine seems to have officiated a wedding recently. I bet her dancing at the reception was a lot better than whatever Cody's dance moves were at his friend's wedding, just saying. And Christine was also spotted wedding dress shopping. So it seems like her wedding will be happening just fast and furious as well. I predict in like the next month or something. Christine and David are also, of course, continuing to work on their brand new amazing house. They're getting work done on their backyard to make it fun for their grandkids. And now they added some cute details to their concrete driveway, and Christine just loves it so much she had to post on Instagram. So also, Christine spent the 4th of July with David, her girls, and grandkids. She says they were actually able to see the fireworks from her balcony. And Peyton and Gwen were MIA. Actually, Peyton's been MIA a lot, so don't know what's going on there. But she had said, "I hope everyone had an incredible Independence Day. My family and I enjoyed fireworks from my balcony. We could see the entire valley lighting up. Hashtag July 4th, 2023. And Meri, who I personally think is really being treated unfairly by Cody to the extreme. I don't know, I really feel like Meri gave Cody too many chances. Let's remember, she was the first wife and helped him get all these wives, and now he seems to have completely turned on her, and especially in his confessionals. And he's just been brutal. Anyways, Meri's just trying to empower herself again with her friends, like her friend Jen, and she was back at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, because she probably needs positivity in California. She said, "Fun in the California sunshine? Yes, please." So, yes, is it just me, or are the wives at Disneyland a lot? She was recently there with actually one of her male friends even, but I don't think it's like that, no matter what the other bloggers say. I'm getting a total friend vibe, not a new man vibe. But she had said, "This is me. This is how I choose to live and be. Situations and experiences may cause my life plans to shift," aka, obviously she probably means her separation. "People come and go. There may be moments that cause me to pause, reflect, and pivot. The past year has been that for me, but I've recently been feeling a shift as I move forward through it all and towards something different. Details on the different have yet to fully unveil themselves to me. In due time, I'm sure. Until then, to me, that I am right now will continue to embrace this beautiful thing called life, and will continue building and creating and serving. There is so much more to come." So yeah, Meri's pivoting, trying to find something a new purpose, let's say, but good for Meri. And for anyone wondering, Leo seems to be doing well. I think, they still live in Colorado. In Colorado. Janelle has been on the go as usual as well. She visited the Salt Springs boating place with her sister, who seems to be one of her favorite travel partners. And she had said, Fun day at Salt Springs Run yesterday. I've never had the experience of going somewhere, anchoring a boat, and spending the day in and out of the water. So much fun and so relaxing. I slept so good last night. She also, of course, went to Epcot in Disney World with her sister. So yeah, Meri and Janelle both went to Disney. You know, it's a whole thing. And she also came back home and saw the new Indiana Jones movie with Garrison and Gabriel. Now, let's talk about season 18 because the teaser just came out as just crazy and everything. I don't know whether or not to be happy that the show is back or literally cry because the family is like so messed up right now. I have a full video breakdown of the teaser and I'll link that in the description. But basically, there are two really explosive moments in the teaser that I'm sure made the cameraman like squirm. Janelle tells Cody to shut his effing mouth. And Robyn freaks out in tears about, her dream of the port, having her sister wives there with her kids and grandkids, which is kind of interesting and also makes no sense. I don't think she'd actually want to be on the porch with them, to be honest. They never hung out in the first place. Maybe with Meri, but I guess everyone has a dream about growing older and what that looks like. And that was it for Robyn. One thing that I do want to see in season 18 is some type of confrontation between the wives and Robyn. Robyn has never really been confronted by the wives on camera, just kind of talked about a little bit, And so, maybe things would be clearer if they actually had a real conversation between the wives. And maybe Nancy can come down for that. Remember their therapist, Nancy? Just saying, it may help. They might need reinforcement because, communication doesn't seem to be the best all the time between them. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the whole way through to my Sister Wives update for July 2023. Please leave a comment, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Bye!
But what if to sit on a porch with my sister wives, with our cats and our grandkids?
Hi guys, it's finally here! The Sister Wives Season 18 teaser, or first look as they say, just dropped, and it's crazy intense and filled with drama. Everyone's angry, the whole family is just falling apart, and Robyn is having a full-on fit. So let's break it down because there's a lot to talk about. Watch until the very end for the premiere date, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So the teaser starts with Janelle asking Cody a simple question, if he even still wants plural marriage, because she can't tell. And we can't tell, right? And so this must have been just before they separated. And Cody, I guess, will be continuing to just go in on Meri in his confessionals. He says that Christine's gone, things are bad with Janelle, and he doesn't know what to do with Meri. Poor Meri. And the sad thing is, at this point in the saga, Meri was still holding out hope. She tells him that. And Cody is just I don't even know why she lives in Flagstaff anymore. What a douche. I totally get now why Meri is into the empowerment retreats and the quotes. She needs it. All the empowerment after dealing with someone totally disrespecting her. I don't know why he's so savage towards Meri in his confessionals. Is that necessary? Janelle's just out. She opens up to Christine in the teaser that she doesn't want to be married anymore either. And Christine's reaction is what? Remember how for a long time, Janelle was this is Christine's journey. Cody and I are good. We're good. We have a good partnership. So yeah, it did seem like that was a 180. I don't know. Maybe she watched footage from the previous season or something. And Janelle doesn't bat an eyelash when Garrison in the trailer or the teaser says, you know what, Robyn? Have him. We're all grown and don't need a father figure anymore. So the kids have clearly joined the anti-Cody and Robyn movement. I mean, that's sad. And also, they do still need their dad as much as they say this. I mean, yes, they're grown, but I mean, I hope this is something that they can mend in the long run somehow. Like, I don't know how, but yeah, I'd like to see it. Meri, I guess, during the season, I mean, maybe someone told her what Kody was saying in the confessionals, but she ultimately, I guess, tells Robyn and Kody that she won't be coming around as much and that it's not what she wanted. So kind of like her hand was really forced. And Robyn now has a full meltdown on camera, crying about how she wanted to be with her sister wives on a porch with her kids and grandkids. I do have a lot to say about this. Her fantasy about the wives on the porch that she's always talking about. She's brought this up before. It's like a fantasy, and even if they were all still with Kody, the relationships were not where, they would have been like that on the porch. And she wasn't exactly acting like the wife that wanted to be on the porch with the wives. So I don't know, like, it's a good image in your head, but in practice, yeah, she just needs to like mourn that whole porch thing. And it'll probably just be her and Kody on the porch. And sometimes life changes and you just gotta roll with it, Robyn. So Kody says that he tried to do everything right and it didn't work. So now he should just be the devil you think I am now. With this breathy, scary voice. I think a lot of us fans would say he, like from our perspective, like we certainly don't think he did everything right. Not everyone does everything right. And I mean, come on, really? Everything right? I don't know. And the final scene in the teaser is just something else altogether. I was kind of cringing the whole time. Like, should we have witnessed this? I don't know. But Janelle tells Kody to shut his you-know-what mouth. And he's like, no, 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 no. And gets up and leaves. And then there's cursing. Imagine being the camera guy on that one for a second. Like, very cringy, very family drama, dark, Not anything, we would ever want for that family. I'm guessing this will be a big scene in the new season, just like the knife in the kidneys last season, I think. I don't know. I don't know even if they've shot everything yet. It's just a teaser. It's not even the trailer. When the trailer comes, maybe we'll have more of a set, look or something. Okay, guys, so the Browns are falling completely apart. We knew this, and I guess we'll be seeing it unfold from August 20th. Like, I'm scared to see what happens this season. I hope it's, somewhat enjoyable. I'll definitely be tuning in and doing recaps. August 20th, guys, mark your calendars. It's Sister Wives time. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! This is a Sister Wives deep dive about every house Kody, Meri, Janelle, Robyn, and Christine have lived in since 2010. So since starting to film the show Sister Wives, the Browns have lived in over 15 houses combined. They've moved a lot, so let's take a quick tour of everywhere they've lived. And watch until the very end for details about Christine's brand new house in Utah. In the meantime, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives updates. At first, when we were introduced to the Browns, they shared one large house in Lehi, Utah, and by all appearances, they seemed like a functional, happy family living under one roof. We had no idea how badly everything would unravel. The house was over 6,000 square feet with 3 separate apartments all connected on the inside. So it was 3 apartments that had their own entrances, kitchens, laundry rooms, and master bedrooms. So each wife had their own space, and the house was actually designed for a plural family. We know that Christine really actually hated living on the lower floor, also called the basement, and her experiences there led to her saying heck no when Kody wanted to live in one big house again down the road years later. Janelle felt that Meri was restricting access to her area or even her stairs in Lehigh for the children, and that also seemed to be like a point of conflict. But early in the show, they didn't talk about that. It's only later that we found out. The Browns ended up leaving the Lehigh house in a hurry when they thought the police were investigating them for polygamy. In 2011, they packed their bags and basically ran away to Las Vegas, where they embarked on a new adventure in a new state. Cody had pitched it as a fun place full of games for the kids, but they started struggling immediately living apart. They were all in these Spanish-style rentals, far from each other, but within the same school district that they liked. That's how they chose where they wanted to be. And the teenagers, and probably especially Hunter, really struggled to adjusting to Vegas. So it's super ironic that Hunter is living there now as an adult working in healthcare. Fun fact. So eventually, a huge storyline was that they were trying their best to build new houses for every wife on a cul-de-sac. And getting approved for the mortgages was no joke, because it was nerve-wracking, especially for Robyn, because she had accumulated some debt coming out of her last marriage. But they did actually get the new houses built, and they were thrilled. This was peak happiness. Meri got her wet bar and thought she had the best kitchen. They were in a gated community, and apparently Robyn had a trampoline and playground in her backyard. According to the Las Vegas Review, the first floor of the houses had several den office spaces, plus a bonus room behind the kitchen. The master suites were mostly on the first floor, and all the other bedrooms were on the second floor with 2 bathrooms with full baths. So the houses were beautiful. It was a huge upgrade from wherever they had ever lived before. The family seemed to have a lot of great years in the cul-de-sac in Vegas, but Cody got the itch, seemingly out of nowhere in 2018, to move away and get away from Vegas, the place that he had pitched so well as a fun place. Yeah, he was not enjoying anymore. And the wives weren't really on board initially, given that they were so settled there and that some of their kids were in the middle of their high school years. So he changed their mind, and they ended up buying the Coyote Pass property in Flagstaff, Arizona. Yes, despite the real estate agent telling them that the coyotes that go there have the plague. I mean, they loved the pond for some reason, saw the angels singing, and just went for it. Selling their homes in the nice cul-de-sac that they had tried so hard to get, and moving once again into rentals far away from each other in Arizona until, whenever they could afford to build on Coyote Pass with no infrastructure whatsoever there. So just deciding which plot of land they would all get, who will be in the trees, seemed like a never-ending saga for seasons and seasons. Christine ended up buying a house in Flagstaff, and initially Janelle, Meri, and Robyn rented. Meri and Janelle lived in multiple rentals there. Meri had one rental where she had to move out because of angry neighbors. The next one she had an elevator. It was gorgeous, but the driveway looked really hard to go up. And there was another one that was really nice, but she recently moved out of that one. And honestly, she seems to have moved out of Flagstaff and moved to Utah near or at her B&B Lizzie's Heritage Inn. But this is kind of based on fans seeing Meri with moving stuff or whatever. Meri's never confirmed anything. It's probably going to be on the next season. We just suspect that she does live in Parowan, Utah now. Lizzie's Heritage Inn used to be owned by Meri's ancestors. She had said at the grand opening on Instagram, "This is an old family home of mine, built by my great-great-grandparents in 1970 and occupied by 4 generations until it sold out of the family in the 1980s. So it was a dream to get it back in the family." Robyn ended up buying an almost $1 million house, and the down payment was paid for, according to Janelle, in part with the money she had from the sale of her Vegas house, which is pretty controversial. It's huge inside Robyn's house. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house in Flagstaff. It sits on multiple acres of land, has 2 master suites, a 4-car garage, and like a really nice kitchen. So this is where Kody spends most of his time, clearly. And in my opinion, it's the most luxurious option. So then when things fell apart between Christine and Kody, she sold her house in Flagstaff. The house had a great view and 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It's there where Kody and Christine had the infamous argument while he was like installing a door to stop the cat from going into certain areas. That Christine and Kody had an argument, and Christine says that Kody said that they weren't going to be intimate anymore. And it was really the kiss of death to their marriage. Christine started like packing up his stuff immediately, etc. So Kody wanted Janelle to buy Christine's house, but Janelle wanted to do her own thing. She wanted her own house, and Janelle ended up living in an RV on Coyote Pass to try to push things forward on the property. She also lived in an apartment for some time, and seems like some of her pushing for Coyote Pass may have worked, because according to reports, 2 plots of land now have been paid for. So the door may be open for Janelle to build a home there. But I mean, does she still want to do that now that she's separated from Kody? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. But as of now, Janelle lives somewhere in Flagstaff that has a good patio. She said, "The place I'm living now has a great patio. I've always wanted a great patio where it wasn't so blazing hot Vegas, so you could sit outside. So I splurged on some patio furniture this year, and I'm loving my coffee on the patio. This is a cool, peaceful Sunday morning." So who knows if Janelle will end up building on Coyote Pass or not at this point, but, you know, we want her to be happy where she is. Christine then ended up in a townhouse in Utah, her first place as like a single woman, and recently bought a brand spanking new house with her fiance, David. This is a whirlwind romance. I'm not sure they've known each other a year yet. Not sure about that. She and David got this house for $770,000 in March 2023, according to reports. And we know that she's looking to build a lot of fun stuff in the backyard for the grandkids. That's like the idea. She wants like a large counter when she can have a cool drink setup for entertaining, plus a hot tub, shed, fire pit, a garden. She also wants like a playground for the grandkids with like a sunken trampoline and a spot for RVs. Who knows, maybe so that Janelle can park hers there. Who knows? They are also building like a bigger deck in the back, and overall everyone's extremely happy for Christine to have this new house after, you know, all the years, even living in the basement, right? I mean, Christine deserves this new house, guys. All right, let me know what you think of all this in the comments. Which house you thought was the best? Which, you know, who has the best house? Chime in below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys. Let's talk Sister Wives behind the scenes. Here are the top 5 behind-the-scenes Sister Wives moments for July 2023. Number 1. Meri was spotted by someone on Facebook. They posted a picture of Meri filming at Lakai, which is interesting because that's where Aspen actually married Mitch. I have absolutely no idea why she would be filming there at a party or wedding venue, but it must be some type of storyline. At best, it could be for Leo's wedding or a party for them, or at worst for some vow renewal with Cody. Could you imagine? Good to see Meri filming, because some reports said that we wouldn't be seeing her much next season. But like someone in the comments said, we're probably going to find out what she's doing there at Lakai in like 3 years. So, I mean, given how delayed the seasons have been, right? Number 2. Remember when Christine, Janelle, David, and Madison went to a Plexus convention in Nashville earlier this month? Well, there's some tea. So according to an article by TV Seasons and Spoilers, They talked about Cody on Father's Day at a Nashville bar, which is somewhat behind the scenes salacious. As per The Sun, who I think had actually had a photographer out there in Nashville somehow, they were talking about Cody and the other wives. The eyewitness disclosed that they had a deep and animated discussion for almost 3 hours. Robyn and Meri's names came up while Christine lost her cool and claimed that Cody had been stressing her out. So the insider further said that David mentioned meeting one of the wives twice who gave him weird looks. I just feel like that could have been Robyn. That's my opinion, just because she tends to show her emotions during family sit-downs or get-together the most likely to make a face. The article said that Madison also talked about how their family show had become volatile and that Cody had cut them off completely. So that is sad. I don't really get that. I don't understand that because, I just don't. Sounds completely chaotic. And honestly, I'm not surprised they were talking about family drama in the slightest. I would have been shocked if they didn't talk about the family drama at dinner in Nashville. But I feel kind of bad that an eavesdropper spilled the beans and now we're all talking about it. But I guess it is what it is. Number 3. Someone on Reddit said that they actually met Aspen at Kendra Scott, and as expected, she was lovely. The person said, "I'm visiting Salt Lake City, walked into Kendra Scott at City Creek Mall, and she was there. I gasped and introduced myself. We chatted for a good 20 minutes. She is so kind and beautiful. Didn't ask for a pic because I felt so awkward, but wow, she's so sweet." Number 4. Someone took a picture with Christine wedding dress shopping, guys. She was there with her mom, her daughters, and I'm assuming a film crew. I mean, that's a moment they need to capture. The person who posted the picture said, "Talk about a beautiful bride-to-be. Wedding dress shopping was fun and fabulous. Love you, sis. And I sure love these 2 mamas of ours, too." So this could be like a friend of Christine. And she got 30 likes on that post at best, I believe. I mean, if I take a picture with Christine, I need more likes than that. I mean, come on. And number 5, Christine is so famous that now she gets notes from the stewardesses on the airplane. She posted this picture of a note that someone left her recently, and it was so sweet. It said, "Mrs. Brown, soon to be Mrs. Woolley. Thank you so much for flying Delta. It was nice to meet you and David. Thank you for showing girls everywhere that we all deserve our prince and to be happy." I mean, so nice. And that's it for my roundup of 5 behind-the-scenes Sister Wives moments for July 2023. Hope you guys follow my channel, and also don't forget to like this video and comment below. Thank you guys. Bye! Hi guys, I have some breaking Sister Wives Coyote Pass news. It looks like somehow, some way, 2 plots on the land on Coyote Pass were actually paid off recently. Hell has officially frozen over. The Sun was the first to report this, and now it's everywhere. In an article by In Touch, it said, "In addition to the plot of land in Cody and Janelle's names that was paid, another plot in wife Robyn Brown's name was purchased for $170,000 was also paid." So, because of course he also paid for Robyn's, right? Cody and the wives had originally bought the entire Coyote Pass land for like $820,000 in 2018 when they super hastily moved to Flagstaff from Las Vegas. And ultimately, they divided the land in 5 sections after many painful to watch discussions about where each wife would build, and mostly about if Meri wanted to be in the trees or not in the trees, and even about if Meri could be next to the dirty pond. They literally talked about it all and argued for 3 seasons. And who can forget that time Cody had secretly made some draft or plan to have everyone live in one big house? and he tried to like pitch it to the family during Christmas. It did not go well. It almost ruined Christmas, and Christine was the one who stopped that from happening entirely. On the show, they made it clear that they could not build until the land was paid off. This was a big barrier for them. And Janelle had insinuated last season that, you know, because she does the taxes and the accounting, she saw that money was going to other places. By end of last season, I swear, I felt like no one cared about Coyote Pass anymore, and that the possibility that any one of them would ever build there was like super slim to none. They were all jumping ship, and who wants to live next to their ex? So the $1 million question is, why are they paying it down now after all these years, and now that Cody and Janelle are separated? Are they going to build on those 2 plots of land they paid off? I honestly thought that they were going to just sell it off. It would have made perfect sense to sell and give Janelle money so she can have money for a down payment for another house or something like that. I guess we'll have to wait, but could it be that Janelle still intends on building there with her greenhouse dream and living next to Robyn? I mean, she does love Coyote Pass for some reason, because it just seems like an interesting choice. Why would you want to do that? Can you imagine willingly moving next to your ex and his wife that you don't really like? It's awkward. It's really awkward. But Janelle's doesn't let things get awkward that much. Or another controversial option, did Janelle take Cody back? Like, why else would she be moving forward or paying off her plot of Coyote Pass? Make it make sense for me. Whatever it is, and especially if they're building, this has the potential to be a major storyline on the show for Sister Wives season 18 or the next one even. We're talking like a lot of episodes arguing about building and stuff. Like, remember when they were talking about wet bars and all that when they were building out the cul-de-sac in Vegas? That was a major storyline for a long time. So at the very least, it would give them something interesting to talk about or argue about for like another long time. More lawn chair conversations, but I'm trying to visualize where Sister Wives is like going moving forward. It's very unpredictable. I mean, would you be shocked if Janelle took Cody back? Or like, what is happening? What is your take? It's a mystery. Let me know in the comments, and I'll be back with more Sister Wives updates. Bye! Hi guys, this is a Sister Wives update specifically for Kody Brown in June 2023. Let's see what Kody is up to on social media this month. I'll review her posts, and let's review some headlines about her at the end of the video. Some are crazy. Kody is actually currently with her fiancé, love of her life, David, in Nashville for a Plexus convention. She said under this picture, "Loving Nashville with the love of my life. We're here for the Plexus convention." And again, she tagged #love of my life. Every time Kody calls David the love of her life, I just picture Cody somewhere like so mad about that, like a knife in the kidneys, right? Plexus is the company she sells for now with Janelle and Maddie. It's this like pink drink I see them holding all the time. And yes, I believe it's another MLM. Something about gut health. Anyways, Kody's not selling for LuLaRoe anymore. She actually announced it on her Facebook page the other day. Kody also got to spend time with Maddie and her kids this month. They traveled from North Carolina to Utah recently to visit, and they literally trucked all the grandkids together in this huge stroller. I mean, I'm sure it was super chaotic at times with so many really young little kids, but it's cute to see the cousins together. Love this picture of Aspen with all the grandbabies. They went to this butterfly world type of place, and also Evie and Avalon look so much alike. I didn't realize it. And a lot of people in the comments were saying the same thing. Now, let's talk about Christine's new house because she showed off the views, and I'm pretty sure I can hear the angels singing. If you know that reference, you know. She also is expanding her deck and is remodeling her backyard to make it super fun for the grandkids, and kind of gave like a tour and explained all of her plans on Instagram. I think she said she's going to add a trampoline somewhere and all this stuff. Truly in the video says that she now has a clear path to sneak out at night with the porch or something. Anyways, but that didn't faze Christine at all. She just like continued on with her tour, and I was like, wait, what did Truly say? But it all looks amazing, and we're happy for Christine and her new amazing house. And did I mention that Christine travels like a lot these days? I feel like she's on a trip all the time. She also went on a mother-daughter trip with Truly to California. They went to Madame Tussauds in San Francisco, and also to this place, which apparently was on Christine's bucket list, but I've never heard of it. She said, crossed an item off my bucket list today, visited the Winchester Mystery Mansion, and it was incredible. I highly recommend both tours. So if you've been there or heard about this place, I mean, please let me know in the comments, like, what it's all about. Is it haunted? Is it just kind of an interesting place? What is the history? It's nice to see Christine make time for just her and Truly. I feel that's probably needed, especially given how much change Truly's gone through recently. Like, a lot has happened in Truly's life. So next, Isabel and Mykelti, Christine's daughters, just celebrated their birthdays, and so they all kind of got together to celebrate. And by all, I mean like everyone except for Peyton. So Christine's only son. Where are you, Peyton? I haven't seen Peyton in Christine's pictures in a long time. And so I went to look for Peyton where else, TikTok, his favorite thing. And I was surprised to see that he actually has not posted since like March and hasn't really been active on Instagram in a while. Kind of suspicious because Peyton especially loves TikTok. So yeah, I hope he's okay. Wondering if he just kind of stopped everything social media because things got toxic after he was like saying stuff on lives and in interviews and stuff, or if he felt he went too far. I don't know. I mean, he did kind of insinuate that he thinks his mom is moving too fast and all these things and etc. So Christine also said that her and David got some engagement pictures done at a beautiful location. Can't wait to see the pics. Now let's talk about the headlines about Christine, and let me know what you guys think is true out of all of these. So this one is from The Sun. It says, is Christine okay? Sister Wives Christine Brown looks somber as she cooks solo meal after she has been seen crying and ditching engagement ring. The article says that basically Christine was spotted without her engagement ring and wiping her face. Literally could have been an eyelash, but honestly, Christine is currently vacationing with David, so I don't really think there's trouble in paradise. That's my opinion. Maybe she had just talked to Cody, and that's why she's somber. I mean, could have been anything. Like, honestly, one cannot be chipper at all times. Sometimes things will happen. Sometimes you'll cry. And I don't think everyone likes to wear their rings, like, all the time, especially when they're, like, really expensive. Anyways, another article from OK Magazine said, Sister Wives star Christine Brown celebrates daughter's birthday without fiancé David Woolley following split rumors. Okay, so split rumors? Did I miss a Reddit post or something? Christine doesn't always do everything with David. Like, historically, she's with her kids without him a lot. I mean, is there some type of rule that fiancés need to be tied to the hip at all times? I just personally don't think there's enough here to say there are split rumors. But anyways, they're literally in Nashville, like, taking selfies right now. So I think everything's okay. I mean, you never know. I mean, this could be right. I don't know. Anyways, this one's from Cafe Mom. It says, Sister Wives star Kody Brown, angry ex Christine move their daughter in with strange man. So apparently an insider said that Kody is mad that Christine is living with David out of wedlock at the moment. I mean, they're engaged. And I mean, the audacity, if this is true, the audacity. I mean, Kody literally was courting a fourth wife while Christine was pregnant, and technically 3 of his wives were out of wedlock, so the whole wedlock argument doesn't really have legs for him. But anyways, we don't know who the insider is. Like, we always have to take articles like this, like, kind of with a skeptical eye, right? All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more content. Bye, guys. Can we just have a quick Sister Wives update about the pictures from Savannah Brown's graduation? Because it looks like the most awkward family situation ever. There were clearly 2 very divided groups at this graduation. I'm sure you could have probably cut the tension with a knife and Flagstaff that day. So in this corner, you had Cody with really bouncy curls that day, by the way. He did show up for his little girl, as he should. There's no way to confirm if Robyn was there or not. I mean, people could just want to not be in pictures and stuff like that. And in the other corner, you have basically people who have very tense and strained relationships with Cody in various ways for various reasons. There's Gwendlyn, who has been holding nothing back on her YouTube channel, calling him manipulative and admitting that she's not a fan of Robyn, and it's not even clear if he's going to even go to her wedding. We have Garrison and Gabriel. This played out on the show. They literally butted heads with Cody since the pandemic. Cody seemed super kind of cold towards them, in my opinion, not understanding that they wanted social lives as young men, and kind of insisted that they just up and move out or whatever. There's just a lot of anger on both sides there. And there's Janelle, who is recently separated from Cody. So that being said, super happy for Savannah. Janelle and Cody's youngest. She really has been a trooper, living with Janelle in the RV for a while. She would have been with her mom, the only child living at home during Janelle's breakup. And she seems like a super sweet girl. So based on these pictures, though, perhaps the most obvious sign of drama and trouble for me is that they didn't take that classic family picture with like Janelle, Cody, and Savannah together, because you'll remember that Christine and Cody took a picture like that with Isabel at her graduation, even though things weren't good at all with them. So it's just kind of a picture that you take, right? So Janelle posted these pictures with this caption and also kind of implied that things just weren't perfect at the graduation and that things are different now. So she actually also deactivated the comments, which is always a sign of like, yeah, she didn't want to hear the comments, the anti-Cody stuff. So she said, Savannah has graduated. My children are all grown up. Such a beautiful day. There was definitely a difference with this graduation versus others in the past, but all is well. Headed to Utah this weekend to throw a big party for her with most of her siblings. Which is great, because I know that Christine probably can't wait for that party, because I remember in earlier seasons, Christine definitely had a big hand in raising Savannah, especially when she was little. And Savannah on her feed posted pictures and said, anticlimactic. So I don't know what she meant by anticlimactic. Like, of course she was going to graduate. She's like a smart girl. That could be it. Or anticlimactic, meaning that there were arguments or something. I don't know. But here's to a bright future for Savannah and I'm absolutely sure that she's going to excel at everything she does. Alright guys, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Bye guys! This is a Sister Wives update for May 2023. This month, fans think Janelle has a new boyfriend, Meri escaped to the UK, and let's talk about secret weddings. So let's start with Janelle this month. This month, Janelle set up her trailer somewhere that is not Coyote Pass, thank God. And fans actually thought that maybe her new boyfriend was hiding in plain sight in this picture. See the legs? Anyways, but Janelle just had to reply back and shut down fans that thought that before the blogs went crazy. And she said, haha, no, it's Gabe. But my children and grandchildren are the true loves of my life. Honestly, Janelle is so independent, and the whole lovey-dovey aspect of a relationship never seemed to be like her thing. So I could see her just staying single for a while. I don't think Janelle will be getting into any whirlwind romances anytime soon. We shouldn't hold our breath for that. Janelle recently went to Utah, I'm assuming to visit Christine, and she went on her stories about how the lilacs are just better there and she misses them. She even brought like a bouquet back to her hotel room, hoping maybe she could also bring them on the plane with her to Flagstaff. Janelle then was in Utah again, like a day ago, and she posted a story and said she was there to play with Christine, David, Savannah, and some friends. Play, guys, play. And you know, Janelle could sort of randomly be in Utah twice in a month, but I also would not even be surprised if Christine got married or something, because she's moving so fast with David, and I just get the feeling she wants to get married as fast as possible. So every time I see Janelle in Utah, I'm like, oh, did it happen? I guess we'll find out when the People magazine pictures come out, right? So we'll see. Either way, there's clearly no truth to the rumor that there's a feud between Christine and Janelle. Janelle has literally traveled to Utah twice in 1 month. I mean, based on social media evidence. But I digress. For now, though, Janelle's #1 companion in Flagstaff seems to be Gabriel, who's helping her quite a lot with her trailer. If you liked Gabriel then, you'll really like him now, because he seems to be really stepping up to the plate for his mom. And also worth mentioning, Garrison's usually there too helping, but Garrison's actually traveling in Italy at the moment. He went to Rome and saw the Colosseum. So he's on, like, I don't know if it's a solo trip or what. Janelle gave an update on her trailer and said, the trailer is ready to go for the summer. Yes, it took a few weeks. Some of it was finding the time to break away and drive up there, even though once I hit the road, I'm always glad I did. Some of it is the self-doubt that still creeps in and tells me I'm crazy for breaking out of my routine and trying something really outside my box. Telling myself that it's hard, it's so much easier to stay here and to do the same old, but there is so much waiting for us when we step out. I wonder why we overthink and overworry the things designed to bring joy and offer even more empowerment. Tawanda. She's been saying Tawanda a lot. It's like live life to the fullest type of situation. All right, so good for Janelle. Very excited for her. Meanwhile, Christine went to Disneyland in California again with David, Truly, and Isabel, and they looked like they had fun family time there. She said, had a blast in California Adventure and Disneyland. Club 33 was awesome. Let me know what Club 33 is. I have no idea. Christine was just in California, though, like a month ago, so she's repeating the trip, I guess? Last time she went to Universal Studios, so interesting that she's back a few weeks later, but this time with Isabel. Anyways, Fan did have a lot to say about 13-year-old Truly, and how she was kind of leaning away from David in a picture and looked bored in another picture. But I think people forget that Truly is 13, and, you know, teenagers all act like all sorts of ways and all sorts of moods all the time, so... And also, yeah, like, I am sure she's adjusting to having a new father figure in her life, like a stepdad, and also in the public, so everything's, like, under a microscope. Christine also went with her girls to get supplies to tailor Gwendlyn's wedding dress recently, and surprise, Gwendlyn went live in the store, and Christine tried to act cool, but it did kind of seem like the live was like sprung onto them. They probably didn't expect to go live in like a store, like a random store, but it was entertaining to watch. Gwendlyn also received this art from Audrey, as in Leo's fiancé. It's a pretty drawing of her and her fiancé, B. Not sure when Gwen is getting married, but probably also soon. And hey, if they did like a joint wedding with Christine and David, that would save on cost. Could you imagine TV gold? I think TV gold, that thing. But yeah, honestly, people do think that maybe Gwen had a secret wedding. So I don't know what's true, what's not. Speaking of Truly, seems like her school is at walking distance from Christine and David's new house. Christine posted this picture, which apparently is on the way to the school, and yeah, wheat fields, guys, wheat fields are on the way. So let's go to Meri. So Meri had a pretty big month. She literally escaped the Sister Wives drama and went all the way to the UK on her own and documented the whole thing on Instagram. She was there on some type of business retreat trip, but also a solo trip. Super exciting. So she went to Paddington Station and somehow is obsessed with Paddington Bear, by the way. Did not know this about Meri. She went to Buckingham Palace and said that she felt uncomfortable taking pictures in front of someone's house. But then, you know, people from the UK were like, yeah, no one lives there anymore, so not an issue there. She went on a double-decker bus, saw Big Ben. She even went to Stonehenge and says that she's been obsessed with Stonehenge for like most of her life. She met some horse and probably traveled by horse-drawn carriage, went to the White Tower, and even took a picture with this man. I'm sure mixed in some business in there too. I saw she was like working out with a group and like sitting down with a group. I don't know. But at the end of her big trip to the UK, she said, "Well, London, you've been quite good to me indeed. Business accomplished, dreams fulfilled, memories made, lots of good food, many miles walked, time with amazing friends, solo reflections and grand adventures, and now back home where I can jump in full force to the business plans I created here. I'm so excited for the future, so excited to see my plans and goals come to fruition and my dreams become reality." And in more Meri news, of course, she posted a cryptic quote this month on her Instagram stories, this time about having high standards, but as she should after her somewhat predictable breakup with Cody. Some articles actually thought that this was like a swipe at Cody, actually, but can a girl just post a post? Like, a quote, sorry. Yeah, curious to see if Meri will have a new boyfriend soon, like Christine. But honestly, like, for Janelle and Meri, like, no pressure. Like, there shouldn't be any pressure on them. They're dealing with a lot, right? So, yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening the whole way through. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! Maddie Brown from Sister Wives has escaped the US and the drama, and she's enjoying a trip to London, England at the moment. This is where she is now, and she's keeping us updated on what she's seeing and doing while she's there. So this is a special behind-the-scenes update on Meri's trip to the UK. Seems like she's there for business training or some type of business retreat. You know, Meri's all about the money. Well, not all about the money, but her business. And she likes retreats, so it all makes sense, right? So let me show you what Meri has been up to in the UK on the heels of her big move back to Utah and her breakup with Cody. Meri flew to the UK through Heathrow Airport and let us know how excited she was about her trip. Honestly, she did mention it on her Fridays with Friends with Jen. She said, adventuring, it's what I love to do, saying yes to seeing new places, saying yes to meeting new people, saying yes to doing unexpected things, saying yes to building businesses while having fun, saying yes to the unexpected, saying yes to a week of clarity and personal growth, saying yes to getting to see my lifelong obsession, London, here I come. So what is she talking about, lifelong obsession? Do you think she's talking about the royal family? Does Meri follow all the drama with the royals? What is the lifelong obsession? That's my question. Here's what she posted about what she did her first day along with pictures. So she said, first day in London complete, 7:30 a.m. Arrival left plenty of time to get some sightseeing in. I'm a huge Paddington fan, so of course Paddington Station was on top of my list. Okay, so is that the obsession? Seriously. I had some mixed emotions about Buckingham Palace. Pretty awesome place to visit, and also felt very awkward to parade in front of someone's home and take a picture just to say I had been there. I was surprised at the uncomfortable emotions that came up to me. The walk through the park and Princess Diana Memorial Walk was beautiful. Lots of green and blooming floral. This little critter was so cute. Jumped right up on the fence as I walked past and let me get super close to him as I had a little conversation with him. So there you have it. Meri, day one, had a conversation with the squirrel. Felt uncomfortable at Buckingham Palace. Probably because I bet you people come to the B&B and also do that, like take a picture in front of someone else's property or whatever. Maybe she has weird feelings about that. I feel like that's where that comes from. And of course, you can't go to London without seeing Big Ben and Westminster Abbey. Such beautiful and amazing architecture. The whole day was filled with amazing sights and good local food. So excited for the rest of the week and the amazing sights, experiences, and conversations in store. Okay, and now let's go to day 2, shall we? London, day 2. Started off with business building. By the way, I'm so excited for mine. And training with the amazing Janelle Delgado, followed by more epic training. Yep, it looks like on day 2 there was some working out happening and inspiration. She said, after a good workout, we did a little more sightseeing and shopping. This place is amazing, y'all. P.S. If anyone knows where I can get my hands on a cute Paddington figurine like this one, only quite a bit smaller, please let me know. I'm obsessed. Okay, so it is the Paddington Bear obsession. That's so interesting. Meri talked about how excited she was for her trip on Fridays with Friends with Jen, and it seems like a good time for her to get away. And it looks like these retreats really make Meri feel good and stay positive, so I'm all for it. Might also mean that she's done filming for a while, perhaps, or done for the season. I don't know. But the Janelle Delgado, by the way, I've seen Meri talk about her before, and she is well known for training entrepreneurs, and she's also like a motivational speaker, I believe. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed my Meri update about her trip to the UK. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! On Sister Wives, the Brown family has had a crazy amount of drama. But nothing compares to the drama in the feuds in the family. In this video, I'll be taking an in-depth look at 4 major feuds on Sister Wives. They are Meri versus Janelle, Hayden versus Chuva's sisters, Cody versus Gabriel and Garrison, and of course, we have a Christine versus Robyn situation. But before I dive in, please subscribe and like this video, like right now. Let's start with Meri and Janelle. Janelle and Meri's feud dates back to like the 90s. Janelle was married to Meri's brother Adam, And when their marriage ended, sparks began to fly, and Kody and Janelle started courting. So immediately, Janelle said that when she met Kody, she had the strangest feeling and felt as if she had forgotten something and suddenly remembered it. Kind of like how people describe, soulmate situations. It's been said multiple times that even from early on, Janelle and Meri butted heads, and that Janelle kind of even toned down the PDA with Kody very early on because it felt kind of uncomfortable. In the book Becoming Sister Wives, Janelle said that housekeeping was a major problem between her and Meri. She said that Meri and Kody would actually gang up on her and insisted that she clean the house in the evening while she was kind of trying to relax, I guess. Things got so bad that after a really bad fight with Meri, Janelle moved away with her kids to her mother's house and then agreed to come back because they were moving into the Lehi house that had more space and a full yard and everything. So it kind of lured her back in. There was some type of rumbling on the show about Meri restricting access to her side of the house in Lehi or something about using her steps, to the point where Janelle was worried that in Flagstaff, on Coyote Pass, Meri could restrict the kids from going to the pond if she lived next to it. So she was trying to restrict Meri from living next to it, which sounded ridiculous to me at the time because A, the pond is disturbing and disgusting. B, who the heck cares about the pond that probably has prairie dog poop in it with plague? I never understood why Janelle is so passionate about the pond. Either way, Meri and Janelle actually went to therapy together, and on the way there, they rode separately. And they rode separately to therapy when they used to live in the cul-de-sac, which was basically the same general area, showing how close they actually are. I mean, it couldn't be done. They couldn't ride together. It was too weird. Meri also said something kind of interesting one time on Anderson Cooper's show a long time ago, because Anderson actually doesn't even have that show anymore. She had told Anderson that Janelle threatened her less than Christine in terms of jealousy because she kind of saw Janelle's relationship with Kody as more of a friendship. And Christine's was more romantic. Ouch. Okay, so next feud. We're talking about Peyton versus Gwendlyn and Leon. So Peyton, who is the son of Christine and Kody, their only son actually, had a social media squabble in 2020 when he posted something on social to support the police, basically. It was anyways, and Audrey, Leon's fiance, replied in the comments saying something they couldn't believe what he was posting. A fan had made a comment about it, and Peyton ended up replying that he loved Leon, but they can't stand each other, apparently. So there you have it. Peyton and Gwendlyn also have a feud, and this one seems a bit more serious and probably difficult for Christine to manage. It almost seems to me they don't even attend the same family events anymore, mostly. Peyton admitted on TikTok that he and Gwen had some type of physical altercation at one point, and that now Gwen is scared of him. Then Gwen addressed Peyton's interviews about the show. At the time, Peyton did something with John Yates, etc. And she said something pretty scathing, actually. She said, "He's the most awful person I've ever had the displeasure of knowing, and I would strongly advise taking anything he says as fact. I would advise against giving him any kind of support, even if you're watching the kind of content he puts out." I mean, that's pretty brutal. The most awful person she's ever met about her brother. I mean, that's not good. I mean, not sure how long these two are going to feud, but it doesn't look good, which I'm sure is super stressful for Christine, having two of her kids basically have this long-standing feud. Okay, so now let's go to Robyn Brown and Christine Brown. So Christine was pregnant when Kody was courting Robyn, which in itself didn't really start things off the right foot. In their book, Becoming Sister Wives, Christine wrote, Kody and Robyn's courtship came at a time of huge personal upheaval. I was pregnant with Truly, and we had also entered new and uncharted territory as we began filming Sister Wives for TLC. When Kody started courting and then married Robyn, it really rocked me. I gave birth to Truly and was suffering from extreme postpartum depression. I never thought I'd feel such a sense of loss and such crippling jealousy. I thought I was better and stronger than that. I really did. And the jealousy kind of continued. Christine had a major issue with Kody picking Robyn's wedding dress and the fact that they went on a 10-day honeymoon and kissed before marriage. The 10-day honeymoon, by the way, they went on. Christine had a newborn at home, so she was kind of in a vulnerable stage for sure, but I completely understand. For Christine, it was just always super hard for her to see a functional marriage for Robyn while hers was kind of struggling, which is completely understandable. It would have driven me nuts too. And therefore, Robyn and Christine just never connected or something. And when Christine left the family, she made it clear that she needed space and told Robyn that. Robyn took it so personally, crying in the driveway and all that. It did not go well. Christine also notoriously called out Robyn for having a nanny during the pandemic. She couldn't understand what the nanny actually did. What does the nanny do? The famous line, which makes sense because if you think about it, Christine used to raise like 12 kids and 3 of Robyn's kids are fully grown. So the nanny can only really be for the 2. And Robyn doesn't have a job, only the show. So she has a bunch of free time. We're assuming, or by perception, it may not be true, but anyways. And finally, let's go to the feud between Kody and his sons, Garrison and Gabriel. This one, I would argue, totally caused by Kody getting crazy during the pandemic or something. Or anyways, big conflict there. The whole thing goes that Gabriel insisted that he and his girlfriend, Peyton, should be able to see each other during the pandemic. And Kody was super worried about it. He basically was saying, if you see your girlfriend, I can't come over and see your mom. Gabriel and Kody were at a complete impasse about the rules. And Gabriel even kind of talked about how he thought maybe Robyn made up the rules. It was a whole thing. And then Kody called Gabriel when he was sick to ask him about symptoms, but forgot that it was his birthday. All in all, don't understand why Kody isn't more attentive to his relationships with his older children. They're amazing. It was hard to see them not understand each other at all. Another son that Kody is kind of feuding with is Garrison, Janelle's other son, who also had a lot to say about the rules. Garrison argued that he also wanted to have a social life, during the pandemic, and Kody insisted that he should move out. But Janelle wanted him to stay home so he could save for a house, which is totally understandable. Any mom would do that. Garrison actually did buy a house in Arizona. He's a homeowner of a 4-bedroom and 2-bathroom home. So I guess Janelle kind of won in this case. Kody said at the reunion that he is still angry at the boys. He said, "We need therapy. I've gotten to the point where I'm so angry about what happened that we're not communicating. And I think they are too." Yeah, maybe a little bit of therapy would be helpful. I just honestly, can't we all get along? Some of these feuds are so historical to the family, they're long-standing, but kind of interesting to talk about. So I appreciate you guys watching the whole way through, and if you like this video, give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye! Let's take a look at the Sister Wives kids and where they are now in May 2023. More specifically, let's talk about the daughters in the family: Aspen, Maddie, Mykelti, Isabel, Gwendlyn, and Savannah. And spoiler alert, Gwendlyn this month went live when she was with most of her sisters this month in a store randomly, and it was kind of awkward. We'll talk about that later. But please, before I begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It does help me a lot. Let's start with Maddie, or Madison, Kody and Janelle's oldest daughter, who's happily married to Caleb Brush and now has 3 kids, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, the little baby. She lives the farthest away from the family in North Carolina in a very nice house, so Christine and Janelle make multiple trips every year to visit her. Meanwhile, Kody, I'm not sure when his last trip to visit Maddie was. Recently, though, her sister Savannah went to visit, and yes, they look identical, like twins. They look so much like Janelle. Recently, we found out some pretty interesting facts. In her Instagram Q&As, we found out that Maddie probably wants more kids, or at least one more. She says a family of 4 kids just seems to fit. Maddie also says she doesn't see North Carolina as a forever thing for her family. She said it probably won't be a forever home unless divine intervention happens. We both miss the snow and the mountains. So Caleb and Maddie are aiming to maybe eventually buy land in northern Wyoming or southern Montana in the future. And that's their family dream. She said that they want to have like livestock and just live a quiet life. It almost sounds like Maddie literally wants to have another Brown ranch. Remember Cody's parents' ranch in Wyoming? She also revealed what Caleb does for a living, because I don't think that we've ever learned this. Like, I had no idea, but he fixes elevators, guys. So he's like an elevator mechanic, which is actually a pretty decent job, to be honest. But fun fact, Maddie is like some of her moms as well. She's involved in selling for Plexus, just like Janelle and Christine. All I know is that they have this pink drink and they shake this thing, and yeah. Mykelti, Christine and Kody's daughter, is also happily married to Tony Padron, lives in Utah, and her Instagram feed is kind of full of baby pictures of her twins and daughter Avalon. And because of her close relationship with Robyn, because she used to babysit Robyn's kids, Mykelti seems to be perhaps closer connected to Kody than a lot of the other kids, which is interesting. Mykelti revealed on her Patreon this month that she doesn't think that Kody will take on more wives. She also went on a shopping trip with Gwendlyn so they could fix her wedding dress. So they were all at a store because Mykelti knows how to sew. Apparently she's excellent at it and went to school for it, Gwendlyn was saying. And Gwendlyn then decided to just like randomly go live on Instagram. And although none of her sisters seemed thrilled about like even being in the video, you could hear them kind of looking for items, etc. At one point, Mykelti told Gwendlyn to be nice and basically seemed to like scold her, but couldn't really say anything because they were live. And some of the sisters seemed to like not even know that they were on a live. Like, that's not good. That's like an ambush. Aspen was actually there too, and she clearly didn't want anything to do with the live, but Gwendlyn kept saying like, say hello, and she finally did say hello. Mykelti and Aspen continued to be close, and the only picture we have of Aspen from very recent times is at an Easter celebration holding some type of mimosa, which is cute, and people in the comments were like, gasp, is that champagne? Like, let her live, people. Let her live. Aspen, Kody and Christine's daughter, remains happily married to her husband, Mitch, who everyone adores, and it just seems like Aspen is very career-oriented and is private. Meanwhile, Isabel seems like she's thriving, guys. She recently posted about getting grapefruits from her Aunt Cindy in New Jersey. She's going hiking, and she likes to hang out with Gwendlyn. I think they're very close, so Mykelti and Aspen are close, and Isabel and Gwendlyn are close. As far as we know, she's still going to the University of Utah. Gwendlyn has a lot going on. She's been in so many headlines for things she's said on her YouTube channel, which is doing super good for her though, so that's good. For example, she basically said that Janelle was like a type of father figure for her. She kind of insinuated that when she was watching season 1, episode 1. She said, my mom was more of the mother mom, stereotypical mother roles. And Janelle was more of the father mom with stereotypically father roles. Gwendlyn also just went on a cruise with her fiance, B. They are getting married pretty soon, probably, and therefore why Mykelti was working on her dress or altering it or whatever. She mentioned that she may go with one of her brothers walking her down the aisle, which is interesting, instead of Cody. And I mean, Cody and Robyn didn't go to her engagement party or anything. There's some distance there for sure. I mean, I assume it's pretty tense, especially considering how public Gwendlyn is, like just speaking her mind about everything. I also kind of wonder if she'll invite her own brother, Peyton, because we know that there is conflict there, guys. There is some type of friction. I mean, every family has these dynamics where certain people get along, certain people don't, but it gets complicated when it's, like 18 children. Unfortunately, I don't have an update on Robyn's daughters and stuff like that. I mean, they're so private. We kind of know, like, they go to school and they kind of still very likely live with Robyn and Cody, and they're kind of doing that whole thing. So we'll just leave it at that. And Truly is absolutely thriving with, David and Christine, and, they just went to Universal and on trips, and apparently Truly likes David, so it's all good. All right, so the Sister Wives' daughters have grown up to become strong, independent, and driven women. So I think you guys can join me in wishing them well. And, I can't wait to see where life takes them. They're all so good. I mean, honestly, what the family did is they raised really good kids. So I think they did something right, guys. They did something right. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite TLC shows. And I'll be back very soon with more Sister Wives stuff and content. I appreciate you guys. Bye! Today, we're diving into the world of Sister Wives and their land, Coyote Pass. There are a million reasons why Coyote Pass is a broken dream for Kody, Meri, Janelle, and Robyn. Let's take a closer look at the property itself and the controversies. The Brown family's move to Coyote Pass has been an ongoing storyline on the show. The property is a stunning 20-acre piece of land with breathtaking views of the mountains and valleys, a place where the wives famously said they heard angels sing. Well, the angels are probably not singing anymore. Here are the many reasons why perhaps the Coyote Pass dream and the fantasy of it all is officially over. Janelle, the Coyote Pass certified #1 fan, seems to have thrown in the towel on Coyote Pass. Of course, it's more complicated since she separated from Cody recently. For many years, Janelle has desperately tried to move things forward and make her fantasy of having greenhouses and building a house on her parcel of land a reality. She had her house drafted. No one seemed to care, by the way. She lived in a trailer on the property to have a presence there and sacrificed not having electricity, literally lived off-grid. They still didn't pay off the land at the time, and there's no indication that it's paid now. According to Janelle, money was going to other things. I mean, they just didn't seem focused like they were for building the houses in the cul-de-sac in Vegas, in my opinion. Things have changed, and Janelle seems content with her new place, by the way, with a patio, and she will be taking her trailer elsewhere this year. She said, "The place I'm living now has a great patio. I've always wanted a great patio where it wasn't so blazing hot Vegas, so you could sit outside. So I splurged on some patio furniture this year, and I'm loving my coffee on the patio, this cool, peaceful Sunday morning. And for those wondering about the trailer, stay tuned. I actually have put it in a seasonal space this year and will begin the adventure of managing the trailer as an independent woman. At least it has hookups this time around. It's always been something I wanted to do. As they say in the movie Fried Green Tomatoes, Tawanda. The Tawanda reference basically is something you say to feel empowered. And no empowered woman wants to live next to their ex, let's say on Coyote Pass. So Tawanda, Janelle, Tawanda. Also, Janelle gave a lot of money from the sale of her house in Vegas to Robyn and Cody for them to buy their almost $1 million house back in 2019, which was shocking to hear, honestly. She could probably use the money from the land to get a house of her own, just saying. Cody bought Coyote Pass in 2018 for $820,000 with the intention of splitting the property so that everyone gets a parcel. That being said, Christine obviously sold her piece of land for $10 in exchange for the money from the sale of her house, so she's completely out of it, of course. But if Coyote Pass fails entirely, a storyline they've been using for years will be completely over and so anticlimactic, by the way. I feel like we waited years to see something get built there. They argued and butted heads about building one big house for everyone. That was a storyline, which was secretly what Cody wanted. They then argued about who was in the parcel in the trees. They had the property lines completely redone. And of course, they had a lot of awkward sit-downs on the property as well on the show. You know, it was difficult times. So much stalling since 2018. But now, the ladies are living such separate lives. Mykelti recently said that she couldn't even see the four women being somewhere together unless it was like a family obligation, like a wedding or a funeral. Meri apparently moved to Utah and was spotted with moving trucks at her bed and breakfast with Cody. I mean, she's out of there, it seems that way. Why would Coyote Pass make sense for her at all now? She didn't even seem that interested about being on the property from the get-go. She looked to me like she had to be convinced. And I mean, Cody and Robyn live nearby in a really nice house, so they're comfortable. There are actually reports that Cody may have the moving itch and may want to move out of Flagstaff altogether. And someone asked Gwendlyn about it on YouTube, and she gave an answer. She said, he doesn't like to stay anywhere for too long. That's what happened with Utah. He got tired of Las Vegas, and she kind of theorized that because of family history in Flagstaff, you know, it could make Cody miserable to be there. So, which makes sense. There are some bad memories for sure in Flagstaff. And given how freely he likes to move all the time, I mean, it's so not far-fetched that he actually would. So where does that even leave Coyote Pass? Seems like still to this day, and about 5 years after they moved to Flagstaff, nothing significant is built there, and the whole thing has just, in my opinion, just fallen apart in the saddest way. Hopefully they address this on season 8 and we find out the fate of the property. Coyote Pass is just sitting there, and literally we've been watching 4 seasons of Coyote Pass storyline, perhaps for nothing, who knows. I feel like they're not selling it yet because maybe it's embarrassing, quite frankly, and it's just so depressing that their dream, you know, might be done on that property. So who knows what's going to happen. Stay tuned, everybody. There's also the controversial fact that perhaps Robyn just owns a bigger cut of land. Yes, that's right. Not only is Robyn the favorite wife, she also seems to have the most assets of any wife on Coyote Pass. This was reported by like multiple blogs and I believe Celeb Talk Guy, who had done like a divvy up of who owns what. And after Christine left, apparently the stat that was reported was 52% owned by Robyn, which kind of seems crazy because not only does she then have $1 million house that the wives basically help pay for, and, it's crazy that she also has the most assets on Coyote Pass. Make sense, right? Like, doesn't that seem unfair to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to my Coyote Pass update. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives news updates, what have you. Bye, guys. This is a Sister Wives update for April 2023. Let's catch up with Christine, Janelle, Meri, and all the big family drama this month. So this month, Christine's fiance David threw shade directly at Cody. Janelle crashed Garrison's birthday party. Meri clarified her sexuality, and Cody's probably not having a good month, just saying. So let's start with the fact that David mocked and threw shade at Cody by throwing Christine and Nacho birthday party. So you guys may remember that 10 years ago at a Sister Wives tell-all, Cody said that he was straight up disgusted by Christine eating chili nachos in the backseat of his car before they got married. And he was so grossed out that he almost called off the wedding because of the whole thing. There's this disturbing clip on YouTube about it, and you can tell that Christine was really embarrassed and hurt at the time when he was saying this. Well, David, Christine's new fiancé, did his research and took a shot at Cody by hosting a nacho birthday party for Christine. He even hung little nachos on the wall, guys, and said, "Happy birthday. I love eating nachos with you, my queen." Oh, the shade. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think he means that, you know what? He does not care if she eats nachos or not. She's beautiful regardless. And another knife in the kidneys for Cody, probably. And something tells me, just kind of based on this, the subtle shade, that David and Cody probably won't be hanging out anytime soon. Not sure if they're going to interact on the show or how that's going to go. The nacho event was for Christine's birthday, and her daughters also brought their mom out. Looks like it was Isabel and Mykelti were with her, and then she blew out her candles at the restaurant. Christine turned 51 April 18th. Her zodiac sign is Aries. Fun fact. This was a huge, huge month for Christine. I cannot emphasize this enough. Her life is on a fast track. She got engaged to David after months of dating this month. They bought a freaking house together in Lehigh, and their wedding is probably going to happen very soon. I've seen reports that it's possible that most of the family, including Janelle, found out online that Christine was engaged, and that perhaps they were caught by surprise. No idea if this is 100% true, but Janelle did write hooray in the comments. But Christine seems to be beating to the sound of her own drum. According to In Touch, Christine and David bought a $770,000 home in Lehigh, Utah in March 2023, so a month before their engagement. And it's a 4,200 square foot new build that offers unobstructed views of Mount Timpanogos, East Mountains, and Jordan River. It looks like these pictures from this balcony overlooking the mountains are from the new house, probably. It's a brand new house, super happy for her. And someone on Reddit made a Sister Wives reference to this image. And leave a comment if you remember this. But they said, "Just look at the mountains." And the angels are really singing this time. Which, for those who don't know, the family chose Coyote Pass because some of the wives were going on and on about how the angels were singing there. and they would just not stop talking about the freaking Angels singing. So the irony is that Christine's now back in Lehigh, a new woman more than 10 years later after fleeing Lehigh for Vegas. Last time she lived in Lehigh, she lived in the basement and took care of all the kids. Now she has her own completely new house that she doesn't have to share, the whole house to herself. It's really a full circle moment for her and a second chance. She's also moving full steam ahead planning her wedding and has issued a call out for local designers and vendors. I would not be surprised if her wedding takes place in like a week and we just kind of find out about it. Christine is so into David that she even expresses her love on the bathroom mirror, guys. Seriously, this is textbook honeymoon phase in their relationship. I just hope David is okay with dealing with, family drama, because it's coming. David, Christine, and Truly also went to Universal Studios in California this month. They are taking like little trips together here and there. And now let's go to Janelle, who seems rather focused on her kids at this time. Some people think that Janelle and Christine are on the outs, but that's probably false, I think. Janelle actually flew to see Christine this month and the kids recently. She had said that her flight had been canceled because of wind, so she had to go through Phoenix instead. This is proof that she was at Avalon, Mykelti's daughter's birthday party. She's holding the twins and being a grandma, so she's been around. It's just that Christine is so consumed with her relationship that there's probably like less space for Janelle right now, There was another Brown birthday this month, and that was Garrison's. He turned 25, and Janelle and Savannah crashed his birthday party. Literally, under this picture, she said, "Savannah and I crashed the brothers and cousins' birthday party for Garrison. He turned 25 on Monday, and all he wanted was to have the guys come and hang out for the weekend. It's so great when brothers and cousins are your best friends. I mean, that is cute. Looks like Logan and Hunter even came down from Vegas for the occasion. And even Peyton was there. He has expressed that he's the closest with Garrison, and they were together a lot growing up. I think they're very close in age. And apparently growing up, Peyton would always ask to go to Janelle's house where all the boys were because Peyton only had sisters. Janelle is also still working on her fitness and tried out Pilates, and she posted herself in what she said was a scary position. She's trying to get more flexible, I'm wondering what Janelle is going to do. Will she stay in Flagstaff? Is she still even considering Coyote Pass to get a house on it? What is happening with that? As for Meri, well, basically, she's becoming, or to me, she's trying to become like an inspirational social media person. You know the type. I don't know if that's what she's really trying to do, but she's been sharing a huge amount of quotes and inspirational content on TikTok too now. So I thought maybe we could play a game called Rate Meri's Quotes. So here's one. Who I was does not dictate who I am, and who I am becoming. Okay, I actually do like this one. It's deep. I think it's good. Number 2, your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Oh, okay. That's from Maya Angelou. I like the first one better. And number 3, you have been assigned this mountain so you can show others that it can be moved. Ugh, I get it, but I think, I don't really want to move a mountain. Too exhausted. So the first one wins for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Meri seems to be literally this motivational speaker, Mel Robbins, and she likes Mel Robbins. She mentions her, so feel free to look this person up on Instagram. Also wondering where Meri will go. Will she stay in Flagstaff? Leo is in Denver, and, her B&B is in Utah. I don't think there's anything holding her to Flagstaff anymore, really. She could easily move. It'll be interesting to see where everyone goes from here. She also continues to do Fridays with friends with her BFF Jen. And last time they did it, they didn't really disclose where they were. So that was interesting. Also, I don't know why, but apparently there were fans or an article or something saying that Jen and Meri were maybe like together or something. So she felt like she had to clarify to people that she is straight. I'm kind of annoyed for her. Like, can't she have a friend without people thinking it's something else? I mean, come on. People will just say anything. That is ridiculous. Like, come on, people. Come on. All right, guys. And we're still waiting for more details about season 18. But word on the street is that Christine's engagement will be in there. And I don't know, like, maybe there'll be a wedding special. I don't think it's out of the question. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts on all this. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you guys next time with more Sister Wives, news, updates, and tea. Bye, guys! Major Sister Wives news alert! It's official! Christine and David are engaged and getting married, probably pretty soon, guys, after dating for an estimated 6 months. And she started planning, apparently. So the announcements came with a People magazine article and an official TLC announcement. And maybe slight shade towards Cody, probably, maybe. Christine said, "David treats me like a queen and tells me I'm beautiful every day. I've never been in love like this before, and the world seems like a brighter place with him in it. I'm so excited for the wonderful adventure we are going to embark on for the rest of our lives." And cue the multiple mentions about how he is the love of her life. And basically, Cody was not. I mean, is that slight shade? I mean, the whole never been in love like this before. Remember when Cody said at the tell-all that men probably won't like the fact that she's left a good man or something like that? Well, who's laughing now? Who is laughing now? Just saying. David even posted on his Instagram and said, "Every day when I look at you, I can't believe I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I have you. You are the most loving and caring person I have ever met." Christine is so in love with David. She's even writing about it on Washroom Mirrors. I mean, I'm literally serious. This is from David's Instagram. So they're definitely in that honeymoon phase still. And side note about David, his picture on Instagram is kind of giving me creepy vibes for some reason. He looks so much better in all the other pictures. Don't you guys think? Like, message to David, change your profile picture, please. And it looks like they will be getting married sooner than later. Literally a day after announcing their engagement, Christine is already looking for wedding vendors in Utah, which kind of tells me, like, you know, she's in a hurry, or they're in a hurry to get it done. She said, "We don't always get second chances in life. I'm blessed to have found mine, to have found my happily ever after. It's time to plan a wedding. I'm asking for any Utah locals for help. Our wedding cake, flowers, more, and most importantly, my wedding dress. Please reach out and DM me your info if you're in Utah, local designer, artist, or owner, and can help me with my wedding. So excited to plan this blessed day with David by my side." Anyways, so at this rate, I literally would not be shocked if the wedding is like next month or next week. Anyways, it's coming. I just hope Christine finds a wedding dress she likes this time, and that her wedding isn't sad like she described it with Cody. She deserves the best wedding ever. Such a whirlwind, guys. Seems like she's planning already. This wedding is imminent, and I'm sure will be filmed. I mean, they have to film it. And that begs the question, you know, who's going to attend? Who's going to be there? I mean, my money is not on Cody and Robyn. Meri, I don't know. Like, I don't think so. But probably the older kids and Janelle for sure. And although we don't know how Cody and Robyn took the news, people are reacting to this engagement. Janelle said, "Yay!" And Mykelti clearly seemed supportive. Gwendlyn posted something about twinsies because now they're both engaged at the same time. Seems like fans are mostly happy for Christine, but there are some that think maybe things are like moving quickly. On Reddit, someone had said, "And for God's sakes, don't let Cody officiate." Can you imagine how cringeously delicious that would be, though? And for sure, don't let Cody dance at her wedding. I mean, I like the Brown family dancing, though. It's entertaining, but I really doubt Cody's gonna be there. That would be, like, almost, like, inappropriate, right? Everyone would be thinking, like, knife in the kidneys. Anyways, someone else said, "Oh, I hope so. I hope they filmed him propose, filmed the wedding planning, filmed the wedding, and hopefully they get at least an 11-day honeymoon in a better location than San Diego." So this actually made me laugh because remember the hoopla with Robyn and Cody needing this 10-day honeymoon while she was pregnant? It was like a whole thing. So yeah, like time for Christine's 10-day honeymoon somewhere cool. Christine is very much in the seize the moment type of mindset at the moment. She was married to Kody Brown for nearly 26 years. And, you know, let us know she was in a relationship a hot second ago in February, and now she's engaged, like literally getting married any moment. I can only imagine what Peyton, her son, thought of all this. He publicly said that he thinks they're moving fast and that apparently other people in the family think so too. There's like concern. Anyways, everyone's happy for Christine, with some people just slightly concerned about how fast they're going and stuff. But from what I see in my comments, everyone's very supportive of what's going on, even though it is really fast. I mean, it's going to be good TV, right? Very good. Season 18, here we come, right? All right, thanks so much for listening the whole way through, guys. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Bye!